Hello, everyone. Welcome to ITC Talking Dead. We got Rahkee,
Hey, how's it going?
our host, and we also got Matt Benton. I don't know why I'm talking to myself in third person, but
We got our host,
yeah,
Matt Benton.
no, host for you is what I was talking to.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
Rahkee, and then also Matt Benton as also a host. And then guess what? We have a special guest today. Very special guest. His name is Justin Brown.
What's up?
So, hold on. Let me click to you. Okay, cool. First time doing it live, guys. ITC Talking Dead live. And we're going to keep doing it this way. I am editing episode 2. It's almost done. It's going to be uploaded soon after episode 3. This is episode 3. And we're going to talk to Justin a little bit to get to know him. From what I've noticed from you, you are a very scientific person when it comes to the paranormal field. And I respect
I try.
Out of curiosity, being so scientifically like that, having that type of mind, usually they don't turn out to be investigating the paranormal. Usually they're the skeptics for some reason. Why is it that you believe in these other entities?
Good question. I had a few profound experiences in my life and my growing up, and especially in my mid-20s. I know personally that something's going on. I don't know if it's a life after death or what, but I know it's paranormal, something you cannot rationally explain. So I'm this type of guy that knows something's going on, but I got the skeptical science part of my brain trying to figure it out.
Mm. And yeah, that's a good way to have it too, in my opinion. In my opinion, it's very important to be that way because if you're going to be debunking any evidence, you have to have that skeptical brain, and you should be first a skeptic, then a believer, in my opinion, in some ways. But also, in my personal opinion, I also believe that it's important to be, open to the entities. I believe that your body is also a tool when it comes to investigating. Do you believe in something like that?
I do. What I believe is that living people are a component in a lot of the phenomenon, if not all, but at least most. People experience things, and it seems like their consciousness, for lack of a better way to explain, you can say their energy, what have you, their spirit, their soul, whatever it is, that has something to do with a lot of things going on, especially psychokinetic events, poltergeist, a lot of things.
Mm-hmm. And from that very big experience you had, what was it exactly again?
Well, the biggest one was in the early 90s. My mom and dad bought a house from a fireman in a small town in Ohio called Hillsboro. And we moved in. Everything was fine. The guy moved out in the country outside of town, and he found out that his wife was cheating on him. And he didn't take that so well. He went out to his barn out by the field and shot himself, killed himself. And right after that, the house started having activity. The first thing we noticed was the stairs. There's footsteps up and down the stairs. And to make a long story short, because it went on for years and it started light and got heavy. At the end, my mom and dad's relationship and marriage went downhill. They got a divorce. And by the end of the haunting, things were flying around like the movie Poltergeist. I'm not exaggerating. Witnessed multiple times, things flying right in front of me. So I know something's going on. So, there's other things I've seen energy forms, auras around things that appear to be human. Things that look like orbs with my own eyes, not on a camera or through optics. Just water. I mentioned that when we spoke before. Water manifest out of thin air and land on people. I've witnessed that. So, I mean, what's going on? You tell me.
Well, out of curiosity, have you been to the Monroe House at all? Because
No.
yeah, because that was also a case where water was forming out of thin air. Actually, out of curiosity, what was the case that you went on that involved that?
That was my mom's house.
The same place. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Wow, this sounds like a very. Was it demonic?
No. It has something to do, I think, with psychokinetic activity, poltergeist stuff.
Yeah.
I think, when you have stressful situations, broken home, fights, dysfunction in the family, what have you, it's a recipe or component for when you have a thin veil, a area that's active, whatever you want to call it. It allows for things to occur that's strange. Now, I believe, I have no scientific proof, of course, but I believe that the water is coming from another dimension, another plane of reality. I could be wrong, but that's what I think.
That's very interesting. Actually, it would make more sense than an entity wanting to form water out of thin air. So it kind of makes more sense in my opinion.
That's my best guess, Matt.
Yeah, it's like most of the paranormal field is a lot of theories, and what we try and do is gather evidence and to either make our own hypothesis or
and test it.
Test, yes. Rahkee, do you have any questions for this guy? He's an awesome guy.
Oh, no, I'm sitting in and I'm just listening to what he's telling me, and I'm just trying to take it all in to try to figure things out. But I have heard of the water coming out of, just nowhere during an investigation. And it is, as far as like a poltergeist type activity from it, it sounds like a combination of multiple things rather than just one type of situation. So
yeah. Also, here's another thing. I have a piece of footage I want to show you later, Brian, of a poltergeist activity that is pretty interesting. Also, Rahkee, you have the Banshee box. Hey, Brian, actually, Justin, have you seen the Banshee box?
Yes, I understand it. Basically, it involves a noise reduction pedal, an amplifier, and a speaker. Am I correct? And you can attach whatever ITC device you want to. That's my understanding.
Exactly. And we're going to be testing that out tonight, I should say. And we're going to see what kind of activity we can get. For Rahkee and I personally, we don't mind communicating, in our own homes because we live and breathe it. But for you, it makes sense because you have family.
I had a bad experience early on at my house. It started messing with my kids, so.
Okay. That could be serious. Out of curiosity, what happened, if you don't mind?
Well, when you first get into the ITC field, you invite things in. You are inexperienced and ignorant, for lack of a better term. I was asking anything and everything to come in and then communicate. Things that I communicated with at other places would then channel in, and yeah, it got in my dreams, my kids' dreams, it was making things go haywire at the house. The TVs would turn on and off. Things would move. My daughter seen a shadow figure in the kitchen when she was younger, explained it in really fine detail. So I stopped.
Yeah, well, seems like it got pretty.
And
I got a question now. After these events occurred, what steps did you take, or did you take any steps besides stopping in order to prevent any type of further, to protect yourself?
Yeah, I did. I smudged the house. I located where I believed, I'm going to say portal, but I don't know. There seems to be areas where the activity originates from in your house for some reason. A lot of places it's stairs or attics or basements or a random place, but there seems to be a trend. Mine was the garage. I went out to the garage thinking that if I did the sessions out there, I would partition myself and the family from it. So that was a mistake. But I went out there, started a cleansing ritual. I smudged it with white sage. I went around the house, completely smudged it. I pulled out the whole 9 yards. I lined my house around it with salt. I prayed. I did everything, and it stopped. But I think the main problem was asking things to do stuff. So
you're basically trying to test the ability of whatever the spirit's, magnitude is, and then it would continue from there on.
Right. I think it acted like I got its attention, and once it noticed me, then I had to make sure that it knew that they were crossing a line. And I do think the other things helped. Now, I've seen smudgings do crazy thing. I know it has power. It's not just a belief. I've seen it. I can't prove it to anybody, but I believe that it does stuff. Our group does cleansings, even though we're scientifically based, but we do have a spiritualist in the group, and I help with the smudgings and cleansings of homes. So
sorry for anyone that's posting comments right now. I'm trying to.
I was just thinking the same thing. I'm all like, why is Rahkee ignoring me? Usually, like, talks to me and stuff. I'm like, I can't see you guys right now. I'm on Google. I'm on my phone. So if you're on Facebook or if you're on Google, all I'm watching is videos right now. So.
Well, right now we have 8 viewers, and I'm
okay.
trying to check it out on the phone, but it doesn't even show.
I'm looking at the comments. Spectral Wolfpack says hey. Cheryl says hey. Dwayne West says what's up. Adam says hi. Matt. Cheryl says holy crap. Ouija knows. Haunted conversations.
Yeah. How are you getting this? Because I'm like actually on my own channel, and
live chat.
Did you press the live chat button? See, I'm doing this thing. I'm in the garage.
Don't summon anything out there.
Oh no, I'm not quote unquote summoning. I'm just
with our guest being the one
running tests.
I'll moderate. You continue.
I guess our guest is the comment guy.
Oh man,
that's kind of funny. I'll have to figure this out next time. But
actually,
I'm like on my own channel. In the live feed, but people.
I'm gonna have to figure out. I'm gonna have to neither get my laptop or something out here, so that way I could be reading the same things while we're doing this. But hey, I'm not ignoring you guys. I just can't see you right now, so I apologize if you guys are saying hi and everything. So
yeah, and also I accidentally set off the voice thing, so now I'm manually clicking everyone. So I don't know how to set that back. Sorry.
Are we on Facebook right now too, or are we just on Google?
Just on Google right now, but we can.
Oh, just on Google. Okay.
I shared the live stream on my page and on my personal account.
Yes. So if anyone has comments, has questions for Justin or for Rahkee or me, let us know. Just give us the questions. We're ready to answer. And you sound like, how long have you been doing this, Justin?
4 years, 2013 March.
Okay, cool. And that house, how long ago did that happen? Was
My childhood home.
yeah. Oh, you said childhood home. Okay, so yeah.
92 to like 97.
Yeah. So
Things continued early mid 20s, probably early 2000s.
you know, there's also there's that one moment that usually gets people into investigating. That one moment where you're like, you know what, maybe I should be doing this for a living, or maybe I could actually try and communicate to them. What was that moment for you? Because it sounds like this was years ago. Was that the actual experience that you just decided one day, or was it there something that happened again where you're like,
my dad died in 2011, and that hit me like a baseball bat to the face. 6 months before that, his mom and dad both died, and then he died. 6 month period. So all I was thinking about was, okay, I'm going to die. It could be any moment. You know, mortality was the most prominent thing. So all I can think about was, can my dad still see me? Can he talk to me? Is there a life after death? So I started looking into more. I got into the ITC field. I got into EVP research. So that was the catalyst.
You said you got into ITC. What was your first spirit box?
Yeah, I got at SB7. Well, that's a lie. I got a shack hack, and I hacked
Which one?
it.
I'm just curious.
12587.
Oh, so the little one, the small one's like yay big. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a linear sweep. It doesn't gate, and I found out that they sold for a crap ton, so I sold that and got an SB7, and I used that for a while, and then I upgraded to the SB11. I don't do it as much because it's rare when I get something that convinces me. But if there's a place that something shows me it wants to communicate, I will do stuff. And I do have a few pieces of evidence that proves that I communicated with white noise and recording it as an EVBP. I not hear it in real time, but the white noise got modulated on a separate recorder. So Matt wants me to show you guys my setup and how I do it. So when we get to that point, I can go into it more.
Awesome. I'm actually really curious about your setup. Out of curiosity, Rahkee, I don't think I've asked you this question before. What was your first ITC device?
It was actually the PSB7. Then I actually went over to the 589 was my first shack hack. And then I started doing more into ITC, and just I've gotten like the 588. I never could get a 587 though. I've been wanting a 587 for so long. That's funny, but I know it's like I've even found a way to like do the moderate switch. Like I know how to do like the switch on it if I have to. It's just they go. You could get one, but you're gonna pay like $250 to $300 on eBay for one of those, and I'm like, wow. But I ended up just being able to hack the Iowa, and it's, as far as the Banshee box, it's been working. It's my, out of all the hacks, it's the one that works for me right now with this box. So
yeah, I really do wish it.
SP66. I'll even show. I got it right here, guys. In case you're wondering which one I'm talking about, it's the little purple guy right here. So
works so well where you are, and I'm jealous.
It works so great in the state of California, I tell you, because we got every single radio station out here.
I don't know if it's me or something, but I don't think it sounds like yours at all. I think yours is 10 times better when it comes to the radio. The apps work fine. Yeah, I'm more of a fan of radio, to tell you the truth. I think it's more like it's more random than an app is, because there's a database in an app, and so it's not as random. And that's why the Banshee box, the Portal, the One More box, those are actually meant for manipulation of the sound itself.
Right.
So
It's the total opposite of the PSV7. PSV7 used at a rapid rate and a white noise in order to see if you could get a response. Banshee box is the opposite. It's actually, we're trying to manipulate at a slower speed in order to get a direct response on the radio.
yeah,
So,
it's the SB7 is actually what I started with. To tell you the truth, I haven't done too much of the ITC. The only 3 ITC things I've used so far is SB7, SB11, and I only used that like twice. I actually, to tell you the truth, when doing scanning, I realized that Justin does it differently, but scanning, I wasn't a big fan of the SB11. It's just noisier than the SB7, even though it's scanning in 2 different stations, going opposites, reverse and forward. But I wasn't a big fan of it because I thought it was noisier. But the SB7, I kept getting responses.
I actually got a question for Justin. Did you end up modifying like your SB7? Did you get a chance to like, I don't know, I've seen people like take out their antenna
I tried that.
Yeah.
Well, what I did, Rahkee, was I researched radios. I wanted to know how they worked inside and out. And when you get into ham radio operation, you take out the antennas, you'll get what they call birdies. And what that is, once you cannot receive any broadcast, the birdies are internal noises the circuitry makes. So that will sound like speech a lot of times, and that was really contaminating. So
yeah, it's clear.
What I did was a good idea. I went to haunted places underground, tunnels, underground places that would shield it all out and got responses. So that's what I did to get rid of the RF.
So what you're trying to do is actually doing communication through white noise in general, not trying to use the radio stations at all. And
right.
That's interesting because
it's easier to prove.
Yeah, prove that it's not natural and not paranormal.
Right.
But through my research, through my experience, I should say, I realized in the beginning I was actually thinking they were speaking to the white noise and everything for some of it, for like those direct responses. But then I started to realize I think they were manipulating the radio stations for choosing their words in some ways, because I have gotten dead on responses with the SB7, and I feel like they're using the radio station somehow.
There's a way to prove that. Would you like to hear it?
Yes.
You get 2 radios and you sync them. You can get like 2 spirit boxes and you sync them same channel and you run them and sweep them the same. One of them, the station's going to broadcast whatever it broadcasts. The other one will be manipulated. So there you go.
Yeah.
Well, have you tested that out of curiosity? Sounds like you have.
Yes.
And
no.
No manipulation?
No, but that doesn't mean that it's not possible. You have to do it for quite a while.
And also, there's also, I believe, in getting attachments to your devices, like a Ouija board in some way.
That happens.
Yes. And I believe, to tell you the truth, when I was a part of Soul Seekers, we were using SB7 Spirit Box, and I believe there was an attachment to that Spirit Box to this day, because I was getting responses, same type of responses all the time. And then when I stopped using that SB7 and I left Soul Seekers, I was not getting the same responses anymore. It totally disappeared. I don't get the word evil EVP. It's not EVPs, really. Actually, electronic voice phenomena through a radio station kind of is like an EVP, but not the classic EVP. But it's the SB7 was saying completely different things than what it used to. So I definitely believe in attachments to devices because of what I gathered from that one SB7 Spirit Box. Or maybe it was an attachment to Dante or I at the time. So I don't know, but I do realize a big difference after I left Soul Seekers and not using that SB7 anymore.
You're evil.
No, look at his shirt.
About
He's
Rahkee.
half evil, half good.
Yeah, exactly. That's what this logo represents in some ways. And here, Rahkee, you've seen those videos, right? I know you're not a
Of
big
course.
SB7, but there was some amazing things I captured, I believe, on the SB7 that was just too direct.
I agree. I agree. Out of when I saw your PSV, when I seen the videos of Soul Seekers, I saw some amazing evidence, and it was. I guess that's like the videos inspired me to get like a PSV7 between the what the videos I saw, including yours and a couple other teams I was watching at the time as well. So
And also,
and it kind of seemed like the go-to ITC device, back in the day. So
yeah,
before all this came out. So
yeah, it was because like literally that was it was getting big on TV and everything like that, and
yeah,
then all the ghost shops online started selling them like crazy. But still to this day, I don't know. I'm really liking this Banshee box. I'm ready to test it out if you guys are.
Number 5.
Yes.
5.
Thank you, Rahkee. You want to test this out? Actually, here. Actually, I want to know your setup, Justin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let's see what Justin got.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go.
Oh man, that I have never seen a rig like that.
It's
You got
custom.
a millimeter.
Right.
You got the PSV 11 on
I'll
top.
explain it real quick. I use SB11 as the ITC device. You decouple the antennas are right here. Whoa.
Oh wow.
Now I got a Tascam DR40 and I have splitters running out the 1 and 2 channels. Okay. And what I got here is both the channels being run in to channel 1 and 2 so I can record what comes out of the box. And then I
awesome.
split the audio to come out of the speaker and I record with the condenser mics what comes out of the speaker. So what that serves is it manipulating the device or modulating the white noise? And in my experience, the more popular phenomenon is modulation of what comes out of the speaker.
Ooh.
And what you do is after you get your 2 files, you sync them up in audio mixer software, and you'll see the stuff coming through these mics will have the EVP, and what comes out of the box, nothing, white noise. So not only have you proved that something is anomalous, you can prove where it's occurring.
Wow.
And the mel, if there's a REM disturbance, you can log that. EMF disturbance, log that. Temperature, so on and so forth. It even has a shadow detector. So lots of data.
What you just said there that I found very interesting is because of you said that there's mostly manipulation through your experiments. There's mostly manipulation of the speaker itself and not the SB11 or the recorder, right?
No, if it was a manipulation of the speaker, you would hear it.
Okay.
My only theory of how this could occur is a magnetic field or something modulates air molecules, changes the noise in the input of the microphones.
Okay.
If it was a speaker coil they were messing with it, you would hear it, but you don't.
Right.
You only hear it on the condenser mics. So it happens in the input or somewhere between the speaker and the mics. So my hypothesis is it has to do something with the mics, or it messes with the modulation of the noise, something we can't hear.
That's interesting. So like when it comes to like the Portal, the Banshee box, the Wonder box, why do you think it gets great responses from your professional opinion?
Well, I haven't tested it, but I looked at a lot of videos. I follow the guys who invented the Geo box and the guys
George Brown.
George Brown, Paraholics. What's his name? He's friends with Jeff.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. But if you want to prove that something's being manipulated, you have to set up a experiment in a way to prove it. Otherwise, it's just either a fantastic coincidence or you have to rely on, hey, look, it said 5 when I held up 5 fingers. It said GoPro when I held up GoPro. You know, you can do stuff like that. But what I do is I look at the mechanics. I try to explain how it happens, not whether you believe it. But you can prove along with what I do how it's occurring. So, like you said, the spirit box research you guys are doing, I cannot 100% be sure that what you're hearing is paranormal or not. It may be, but what I try to do over the years is find ways to prove it and figure out how.
Okay. Would you like to be testing out something like this?
Sure.
And so, like, when you get so there's like coincidence, but then there's a point to where it's just too. It can't just be coincidence. Like you're okay. There's a time where a time frame where if you like just keep getting responses over and over and over again, like in a short time period, I think that's just too coincidental. Like if you're asking specific questions and you're getting them answered one after another, and or
your dead friend says your name exactly in his voice, something like that.
Yeah.
It's happened. So I know it's possible, but I have to dedicate my work to say how, and can I prove it to somebody else?
Yeah. That's very important, actually. Very, very important. I definitely believe in that. I'm just saying, like, I think there's other ways also to kind of change the minds of people in some ways, just because of how it could get to the point to where it's just too much to be just coincidence.
Right.
So that's a really cool setup, and I'm actually thinking about doing things that involve because
I have a tutorial on that
Awesome.
setup, all the components, the links to get it, how to assemble it, how it works, what the hypothesis is, how to test it, how to analyze it in software, everything on my YouTube channel. If you want me to, I'll send you a link or link it in the chat.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Justin.
That would be awesome. And it records the sounds from each individual thing, right?
Channel 1, channel 2, and the speakers.
Okay, that's important. I would think for trying to figure out what it's coming from. And you say it's coming in between the connections between each device or something like that.
Either the transducer, the condenser mics have a transducer that works on capacitance. And what that means is it uses 2 electrically conductive pieces of metal that are thin. And the voltage, when it changes, when your breath hits it, acoustic energy, the voltage is converted into the signal that's converted into a voice or a sound. Now, if you can alter the charge, either through an EM field or what have you, you can simulate or modulate a voice. It could be a mechanic that involves disembodied voice. You hear crap with your ears all the time. So it could be modulating air, nitrogen, what have you, or the white noise. That could be something extra that can mess with.
It's fascinating. I can't wait to learn more and do experiments like what you're doing, because I think what you're doing is something I definitely look up to, because first off, it's a scientific way of trying to prove what this is and what is the cause. these devices being manipulated, and what is causing it, and where it's coming from each device. Because we use multiple devices connected to this thing, like speakers or pedals, for example. So that we don't know where it's being manipulated at, and I think that's an awesome experiment that you're doing.
It wouldn't let me link it in chat, but I sent it to you on Facebook.
Awesome. So let's do what ITC Talking Dead is known for: speaking to the dead online. So, Rahkee, since I actually like your radio thing better than apps, let's do yours.
All right, I'll try it out real quick. See how we're doing.
Oh yeah, wait, Justin, are there any comments right now?
There was a few. One of my investigators is on there.
Okay.
Cheryl, Tiberi, but these guys might feel differently. I'm gonna have to look up here.
Okay.
Hi, John. It's Jibs Paranormal. He says hi.
Hi.
There's a couple people discussing Ouija boards.
Yeah.
I don't see any direct. They're just chatting amongst themselves right now.
Oh, okay. Well, let's get into this. And actually, for this part, if this is okay with you, if you pay attention to the comments of what other people hear, for some reason, I can't figure out how to get the comments up. And it's pretty amateur of me, but I'll figure it out. So whenever you're ready.
I'm already ready. I'm already going. Can you hear it?
Yes.
Yes.
Hello. Yeah. Who's here? Actually, let me go with this.
Turn up your volume a little.
Try to. How many spirits are here? Hello. How many spirits are here? 3? Can you tell me? Can you see the? Can you tell me what this is?
I heard ghost twice now, I think. Here's one thing I want to point out to viewers is that listening live, what we heard at that moment could be totally wrong, because when we go back, sometimes a lot not what is said. So live will be different.
Try to turn it up here. Let me see if I can.
Open the doorways.
Can you hear me? Hello. Yes. Can you tell me who's on chat with us right now? Do you know him? No.
Also, Justin and Matt are pretty complicated.
Can you say Justin or Matt for me? Try to come in clear. Can you say Justin or Matt? Can you say Justin? Or Matt?
Let's see what happens. What if you make it dark? I don't know if that's going to help.
If I make it darker, hold on real quick. Let me. I'm getting a buzzy noise. Let me see.
I want to test. If that.
Do you use a noise reduction pedal on yours, Rahkee?
Yeah, I use a noise reduction. I'm just trying to see if I could. Do you like the dark?
There we go.
How many spirits are here with me?
You know why I told you?
What?
I want you to get creeped by. I want you to feel different text.
Well, I'm going to try to calibrate this real quick. I thought I heard it say Matt.
Yeah, I heard that too. But Matt is such a short one.
Can you say Justin? I've heard Justin too, but it was like really light on my side.
Seems like it helped a little bit.
I'm trying to. Justin?
You're trying to get me haunted again, Rahkee.
Oh no, not at all, man. Not at all. What question should I ask, Matt? What should I ask?
Well, see the crystal. Ask if there's any thing about the crystal that helps, and also the copper help communication at all.
Spirit box. Does the copper wire and the crystal help you? Can you make it dim for me one time? Can you show me that you're here by making the crystal dim? It's like the Warner Brother frog. Sometimes they'll work for me, and then sometimes they won't. Man, here we go. Does the crystal help, Spirit Box?
We need direct response.
Yes or no?
Any more comments?
Let me look. No, Chill Seeker chimed in, said he liked my setup. He said he's going to share the stream on Facebook.
Awesome.
And by the way, Chill Seekers, I am posting our video up like tonight.
Yes? Heard yes come through. Can you tell me the color shirt that Justin's wearing? I thought I said it, but
Nah, it wasn't clear enough.
wasn't clear enough. Can you come in clear, Spirit Box? Let's see if I could slow it down. Can you tell me the color shirt that Justin's wearing as clear as you can?
See right here. This is a perfect example of what I was saying. Like, if you're like not getting responses for a good amount of time, and all of a sudden you get the response, it is coincidental. But if you're getting responses on command, direct responses, that makes things very.
I agree. Can you guys hear it, or is it too low? Hey, Matt, is it too low? Can you guys hear the Spirit Box? Or?
I hear it fine.
Okay.
You also have headphones
I
on.
heard a ghost right now.
But yeah, I hear it's It's pretty.
Give me a question, Matt.
Does the darkness help in any way at all?
Spirit box is the dark. I heard yes on that.
Yeah,
I heard yes.
Okay then. Justin, like you're about to say something. Were you going to ask a question? Never mind. I thought you were going to say something.
Now.
Do you have a spirit box? You got a message for Justin? Hello. Hello from the Banshee box.
That's one hell of a message.
Yes.
We have sarcasm from the spirits. Actually,
If I realize that I'm getting responses from something, I ask really juicy stuff like, is there a God? Is there a devil? All that stuff you want to know.
yeah, here's the thing. I usually start that also when I know I'm getting correct responses. I start small, go big.
All right.
Set my
Spirit
face
box?
on fire.
Is Spirit box? Is there a God?
Here, yeah. ITC Talking Dead getting content.
Is there a God Spirit box?
Evil.
Is this what
Matt, I have a ITC audio that sounds exactly like that.
You know, I find that very interesting because when I captured the word evil thing multiple times, I just heard it say my name. Hello.
Hello. I hear a lot of hellos.
Dude, that was the same voice. Same voice twice.
Heard ghost and haunted.
Like this. I heard like the same type of tone.
I feel something like touching my leg right now. It was just weird. I was
It's
like, wow.
a gay incubus coming after you.
I'm here, guys. I'm here. And of course, I'm using well, I guess you can't really see it without no light, but the Hack Shack. So
What you've done to the box is pretty amazing because don't you think it's pretty interesting, Justin, that you guys barely any static in the background at all?
Yeah, it's set up like that. It's got a noise reduction pedal in it, one that I used to own to play a guitar through. So that'll eliminate all the noise. And the effects pedal adds the echo, and the radio adds the source. And it's if that's what you're looking for, it's a good setup.
Yeah. It's also really hard to get that set up in a way because not only are you reduced, because when you reduce the sound, you're reducing the voices by a lot. You have to get it to the perfect amount to where you're getting the and the background, static.
The only major thing that I got a problem with is when you add effects and manipulate the audio,
Yeah.
it's automatically rejected science.
Yeah. But when, I see what you're saying actually. But what if you're just looking for directors?
That is fine. Like if you could sit there and ask it in a replicated manner to produce replies, that should be really good supporting evidence. But what science demands is not only a result, but an explanation behind it. Because
100%.
what I try to do is bridge science and paranormal.
It
Use
just said science on the spirit box.
Did it?
Yeah.
And also,
They don't take. I understand what he's saying, and it's basically they don't take any type of as far as like the spirit box. I agree, it's supporting evidence, but it is amazing evidence if you are able to get direct responses from the location. But as far as like a scientific method, I guess you'd have to really rely more on EVPs and whatever's captured due to the fact is like any source of audio, it could be manipulated, even the radio itself. So.
Yeah, I can get into why a lot detail, but it would take up the whole show.
Another time, maybe not on the show, because I'm really interested, fascinated by this actually. And I 100% agree that you're supposed to, if you're going to prove it to science, you're supposed to give them the reasons why, how it happens, and what you do does help that a lot. And
it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. I think what we are stuck on is just getting response. We need to focus on how it happens with the how it's created, how they. Then if we learn more about that, we go from paranormal and science.
The major belief I have, if you can explain how it happens, you might be able to figure out how to stimulate it or make it happen more. Like build a device around those findings and then get better results.
Right.
I actually have an invention idea. I'm calling it. I named it the Entity Recorder. It'll be in my show. I'll tell you all about this, Rahkee. Also, I have an invention idea. Or better EVPs. It's a test. It's just a test. But I don't know if it's going to work or not. But I'll let you guys know after we're done with my feed. You say all three of our names at once?
Spirit box, can you say all three of our names at once?
Yeah. Let's hear it.
Can you say Justin, Matt, and Chris? Say Justin, Matt, and Chris, Spirit box.
That was completely coincidental. If it fucking did that, that would be like, whoa.
Or Rahkee, Justin, Matt, and Rahkee.
Matt wears diapers for his live streams.
That would, I want to try that out actually at a haunted location, actual haunted location. Right now, we're trying to open up doorways in our own place that isn't haunted. We can make it haunted, maybe, but as of right now, I don't feel like my place is haunted. I just feel like there's visitors that come. They Rahkee.
Yeah, I hear you. Oh man, I'm down to 5% on my phone.
Awkward.
Oh man.
Yeah, have a host gone. Go plug in
Spirit box. Have you seen God, Spirit box?
Cheryl asked me a question. I didn't know if you want me to answer live.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the question?
She asked me if I create any devices based on my research, and I told her that the ITC thing was pretty much one, and I have a EVP recorder that is only used by a select few, and all the stuff is on my website, so when I do my plugs, I can just direct people to it.
Okay. And you got me very interested.
I'll make you more busy than you already are.
I guess I'm gonna cut it off. Spirit Box, I want to say if you answered any of our questions, I appreciate it. Can you tell me goodbye? Okay, goodbye, Spirit Box. I guess I'll have to go back and replay and see if we capture anything.
Pedals on, Rocky? Rocky? Nothing else.
You had one job.
Wait, what? You already mentioned.
Oh man. Don't
get specific. Just say yes or no.
Hello? Can you hear me? No, I'm getting response yet.
Okay, this is one question I have.
Just one quick. How many spirits are on me right now? How many spirits are here? 3.
7 to 8.
Heard like a.
Hello.
You're talking about Rocky.
Can you tell me? Can you say one of our names? Matt, Justin, or Rocky? Just
I
Matt,
keep on hearing
Justin.
7, 8.
Hi. Can you say one of my names? One of my names. I mean one of our names. I apologize. Matt, Justin, or Rocky? Just one time. I heard burning. You had one job.
Damn it.
Oh, that was horrible. I feel so embarrassed. I bet I'll get like 1,000 views. Rocky forgets to put on the pedals. Oh man, that's funny.
Oh, wait a second. What?
I was like, why is my box sounding like that? Oh man, that's funny. I was taking a responsive, so obviously. All right, thank you, Spirit Box.
Okay. Why'd you call it Spirit Box? It's a Banshee Box. It's a better name.
Banshee Box.
So, applications are a bit different. And this beauty right here, I'm going to plug in, let's say, I have Spiritus, and I figured out what was the problem last video. I'm right now, and I figured out what was the problem with my session, and that was my noise gate, I think, was too high. So, for apps, and apps you don't really need that much noise gate.
Right.
And like the radios. And so with barely any manipulation except for a delay, it'll be a little bit different. Oh shit. Let me get my phone in the charger now. I have 4%.
Oh man, I'm down to like 3. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Plug your phone in.
Yeah, plug your phone in. It's like,
all right. I don't got a plug around here. I'm gonna have to move to one of the other rooms.
I'm having fun with this, and then plus I want to Justin's opinion on the app version. And it's a lot louder too. You know, one theory that I gained from the SB7 is that I like the noise, having it very loud. I don't know if it broke some sound waves through certain barriers or something. I don't know, but I felt like it helped a little bit for communication. Having it so loud. I don't know. Because I felt like I got more responses when I had it very, very loud compared to when I had it quieter. I don't know what the science behind it is. But,
I don't know what's going on. This is... Yeah, I'm on the...
So we need to be.
Trying to see where I could...
Yeah.
I'm trying to... Hold on.
I'm trying to figure
Is Justin still there, or did he take off?
I'm right here.
Oh, okay. I don't see it on my screen. That's why.
Hola, Justin. Stay tuned for this version, and we'll see what happens.
I got this cool little knickknack right here, so I can put my phone in it, and it'll just.
That's a back scratcher.
Great technology. Whoever invented it should be a millionaire.
See if I could.
Turn it on. Come on, Ben. Power is all you.
Damn it! How am I gonna?
Hey, look, Rahkee. I turned on my pedals.
All right.
He has a checklist.
You had one job, one damn job. Oh man, that's so horrible. I'm so embarrassed. That's all right. I'll get up, man. Justin, I owe you a Banshee box session, bro. Like we'll go ahead and we'll hit online one time one of these later days, and
It's fine. You're fine.
Horrible.
Okay.
I forget shit all the time.
Actually, believe it or not. So anyway, here's what happened. Let me just tell a quick story with because I know Matt's getting ready and stuff. And anyway, before I came down here, like it was kind of like a rush type thing. I ended up I was at the gym with my son, and he works out with me, and then we were coming back, and I barely made it back. I was here like at 5:57, and we're like, all right, we're gonna go live, and I'm like, I have everything ready. I had like the the Banshee box ready and everything, so I thought I had everything completed, and I had one job. That's the one thing I forgot, damn pedal. So
Hey, I figured out how to get it back to where it goes by voice command and not me clicking.
oh, how do you do that?
I think I clicked outside of the box is what I did. I accidentally figured it out, but I'm thinking that's what happened. I clicked outside of the box. I believe. I'm not too sure. But here we go. Spiritus, noise gates. Hopefully not all the way to where I had it last time.
Let me do the commercial real quick. Hey, everyone, Spiritus is now available. You could go to the App Store, look up Spiritus, and download the app. Chill Seekers. There you go.
Now, for applications, because I do think that I personally like radio a little bit better. But for applications, it's definitely in my top 3. Hold on.
Again?
Oh, I just heard it say Matt.
Do you guys got your videos on? Because I can't see the video stream where I'm at.
You can see the video?
Yep.
No, not through me. I can see my video, but I can't see like everybody else's video.
It's fine on my end.
Well, all that matters is that we're live, and everyone's seen the video that I have.
Yeah, so you guys are. I guess. Yeah, you guys aren't on mine, but
Yeah.
I'll just watch me. It's okay.
You're prettier anyway.
Prettiest one. That sounded very whatever. Own it. Okay.
I am secure with my sexuality.
Yep. Me too. Okay. Okay. Why am I hearing a buzz? Maybe it's because I'm next to the laptop. I mean,
The washash? What's a washash?
It's feedback.
Yeah, I'm hearing. I think it's from the internet.
You got headphones on?
1 second. Let me go in airplane mode. Everyone, don't log off yet.
We're professionals.
Totally.
Yeah, we know when to turn on our pedals.
Damn it! Still feedback. Where's this feedback coming from? Let me step away from. Oh, there, that helped. Okay. No, now it's not.
I heard Matt.
It sounds like you have a connector that's doing it.
You're right. That's what it is. The charger.
There we go. Those chargers are the bane of your existence.
I know, right? I was like, actually, because of the last thing that happened, the first thing I thought of. Oh wait, the charger. By the way, Rahkee, I believe Justin helped me debunking the last video I uploaded, so I'm probably gonna explain that video.
Ah.
Okay.
Hello.
Did you guys did one of you guys say hello?
I did.
Okay.
I heard hello and I was like, hello.
You said hello. It sounded like it was from behind me. That was freaking weird.
I'm behind you. Hello.
That scared me for a second.
Man, that thing sounds crazy.
What do you say?
That app sounds nuts.
Okay. If you come through, say one of our names so we know you're here. Say our name. Manipulate the sounds. Manipulate the sound.
There we go.
Who's in the chat with us? You say Rahkee. I heard say Matt once.
Ricky wants you to explain your ITC device, Matt.
Need to explain it?
Yeah, he's not familiar with the apps and how they work.
Okay. Well, this is a word database of actually not even full words. It's partial words. It's like di, ba, that type of thing for this particular app. And then the Banshee box is it goes through multiple pedals to delay the delay the audio coming through the speaker. And the noise gate, actually, I barely have on. I barely have the noise gate on. So the noise gate isn't really that much of a factor, but the rest of the pedals are for the delay. And what people believe is that spirits, big ITC researchers like Steve Huff, Rahkee, and I believe that they can manipulate the sounds within the device. If you have all these pedals and everything and give it the chance to do it, maybe. There's not really anything to back it up completely, but maybe this guy right here, Justin, can figure something out. Hey, oh wait, what are you doing,
No pressure.
Rocky? What are you doing? Watching us?
Oh man, I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to read the live chat over here.
Okay.
The live chat going on. Let's see what's going on.
Geez, that's a lot of comments. What is everyone saying?
I've been helping you out, so.
Okay, cool. But yeah, so basically that's what this device does. This one is not supposed to have full words. This specific app. So, any questions, Justin?
Well, Ricky's still asking some questions. Basically, what Matt said, the app works as a phonetic generator. It makes sounds. The theory is things manipulate the sounds to create words. So if you hear a word, a sentence even come out of it, that's not supposed to happen. So it's supposed to be anomalous if you do.
Yeah, full words are not supposed to be in it. And also full sentences are definitely not supposed to be in this. So whatever, and like the Banshee box, Portal, and Wonder box, those three boxes are all meant to delay the audio so the spirits can manipulate the audio itself, is what the theory is, and it seems to work sometimes. So we'll see. Right now, I'm not in a haunted location, but I might be opening up some doorways. And plus, of all the shit that follows me home sometimes, we could probably communicate. Let's do this. How many of you are here with me in this room right now? I heard a light. It was very light, but I heard a 9. It was a lighter one, though. Can you come forth and give it clearer? Tell me the number of how many are here with us, with me in this room right now. It said 9 again.
I heard a lot.
You heard a lot?
It's very jumbled, so.
Yeah, very jumbled. That's the thing about reviewing that's actually a lot better. But we're doing this live, so what we hear live, we can miss things, especially for SB7. Usually you miss like most of it until you review. But I feel like it's the same way for this most of the time. But the thing that Rahkee did is add a little bit of a delay so you can hear the words better instead of it being like fast like SB7 is.
It essentially repeats it a couple times.
Yeah, exactly. And that helps like trying to hear what it's saying while live is what Rahkee was trying to get at.
Near that, or it's the delay. The delay, actually, believe it or not, it's like a double delay feature. It's I've with the Banshee box, it actually has a special type of delay feature for it. I guess it would be for recording. And the first delay feature is basically it gives the box like a premonition of time of like you could set it between 0 to 10 seconds. I usually put it at a 7-second gap off the Banshee box itself, and then the delay pedal, it'll delay the audio itself. So that way, I try not to make it too echoey. Like, what I try to do is make it more of a lag. So that way, you get a chance to kind of hear of the last thing. Yeah, sometimes, you double guess of whatever the Banshee box has to say at certain points. But other times, like I'll get direct responses and it'll give you time to like register what it says. I mean, I'm not saying that there are certain points to, I noticed prior to the delay pedal that you would mainly have to, you would ask questions, and then you wouldn't know if you're getting responses or not until you went back and you heard the direct responses you got through the device. So that was the purpose of the delay pedal when I added it onto the Banshee box.
Interesting.
And let's try and use up the rest of this battery, shall we? Or unless we with interference, because the charger is giving you that, that noise in the background, the feedback. So let's try this again. I have other apps. Another one that I really enjoyed that I used one time at Higginsport School was the Portal Plus. It's not the regular the portal. It's not the reverse words. It's actually forward words. But what I like about this one is a little bit more debunkable if you're getting a full sentence or something like that. I've gotten a full sentence out of this, which is amazing. I got the sentence I got was I am sorry, something like that. It was like I am sorry, and then it said someone's name, and the I am sorry part was in the same exact what's the word? Voice. My brain. It was in the exact same voice.
What do you? What was the question that you asked for it to say that? Do you remember?
Well, my uncle passed away, and it said Shane through the device, this device, and I was trying to talk to him, and then it said I am sorry afterwards. And yeah, I wasn't recording it though. I was just doing a little session at some haunted burial site. I think you might have seen that video before, Rahkee. So yeah. I was at this burial site, and I took some friends there because they were interested, and I was doing a session with the spiritist all by itself. That's the thing. That's even more amazing. Straight from the spiritist, it did a full sentence. So whatever this did, it manipulated the phone itself. To this day, I still never heard the phone ever say, I am sorry again. So it's still the same database in this, but never heard the phone say, I am sorry ever again. And my phone died. I do have the radio, but here, you want to hear the difference between the radio over in California compared to the one over here? Let's see if you see a difference here.
I'm sure there is a difference.
Oh, there's a difference, but I want to
less Mexicans.
Yeah, but I'm also in the middle of nowhere right now, kind of. Let me get my speaker.
When I lived over on the West Coast, I pretty much used all my knowledge from high school Spanish over there. Even Florida. You got to know how to speak some Spanish.
Sí.
I know.
Gusta.
You know what's funny? I know Latin, not like fluently, but I know Latin for quite a few sentences in Latin, and it's a dead language, but I use it for demonology stuff. So I know more Latin than I do Spanish. I'm from Cali. Come on. My box of stuff. That moment where you go ghetto with your gear.
Is that where you keep all your equipment?
Batteries mainly, and I think I put my speaker. I mean, not my speaker. Actually, my speaker is in here. Actually, the one that was making that weird noise that I think we discovered what problem.
Oh man, that's too funny.
And
I know what to get you for Christmas. I need to get you a bag for your stuff.
I've been paying too much on investigations, so I didn't focus on cases.
He sold his case.
He sold his case.
Experiment, actually, Justin. This is an experiment that I was doing at the Monroe House because it's been very, very well reported that batteries get drained there. So I was doing an experiment with testing the battery on camera, showing how much the batteries have.
That's a pretty good idea, man.
And show you how much power is on this battery and see if it gets drained.
Good idea. I do that.
Oh, awesome.
Also, the Dark Matter 930 device has a feature that detects power drain, and that's nice.
Yeah, that's cool. See, great minds think alike. Maybe
I think it's common sense.
Yeah, I believe so too. I think that people just need to think more outside the box. It's not really even thinking outside the box. Just think a little bit more. Here we go. This is my version of Crystal, thanks to Rahkee. This is the copper, though, I added. Rahkee, what did you do with your copper? Did you attach it to your Banshee?
No, I attached my copper to my crystal.
That's it?
Yeah.
I want to try and somehow connect it to the Banshee. And I kind of want to do it within the inside of the wiring somehow. I don't know how I'm going to do that, though. Because what if they are...
That's funny because I was talking about that with, just making more modifications. Me and Keith were talking about that and to see if that would
help
make a difference. Yeah.
He wants to know where in California you're from.
Los Angeles. Los Angeles.
I was born in Escondido, California, and then I was raised for a big part of my life in Vista, Oceanside, Carlsbad, and then finally when I was going to high school, when I first went to high school, I lived in Temecula for first 5-6 years. I lived in Temecula, and then I moved to Indiana to investigate all the locations in the Midwest. And I'm trying to find myself.
And he took his box with him.
Yeah, that's what explains the box.
Yeah, this is all packed, guys.
You'll see Matt on the street corner next year in another country with the same box.
I found it.
It was at the bottom. See how you treat the equipment? Man.
Yeah, well, it's like...
You guys have seen street performers, right? With they got an amp and a guitar or whatever. Matt has got his Banshee box traveling around.
I need a case, damn it. Hey, I treat the Banshee itself really well. I put it in a seatbelt.
Oh God, I remember that.
My seatbelt. I did the same thing with my 4K camera now. It's an awesome setup for the camera. I can show you that. That's a pretty cool setup. So for members, oh shit, I don't see anything right now on my screen. It's on my apps. Okay, there you go.
Covina, yeah, I know where Covina is. Covina's a cool area.
My sweet setup right here. So shotgun mic, normal light, IR light.
IR light.
This is more of a camera flood.
Mic.
And for Man vs. Paranormal, this is the face cam shots for when something happens.
So, just face.
Yeah, it's just my reaction. You know, people, it's, making a movie is partially entertainment, but my movies are very important to be 100% authentic and real. It's a documentary. I'm a documentarian more than a regular movie filmmaker, but I love to make things entertaining in a way, and I think that if I ever do get scared, so far I have not been very scared in Mavericks. I'm waiting for that moment, but the next
even
one,
some of the scenes I've seen, it's just like they should be like, "Oh my gosh!" and then all I see is Matt do this. That's it.
that's my reaction after most people running out of the building after this happened. But that's how I think most investigators should get to that point, in my opinion, because just take it to where you're an absolute professional. Think of it like that. You have to just go with the flow of what's happening and try and discover why it's happening.
That was some good footage. I would have been like,
yeah, Esau's,
Pete.
and I was alone when it happened. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm not allowed to say it on live because it's
No, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm just talking about reactions. I'm not talking about actual.
Justin this.
Yeah.
Because I think you'd be very interested in this footage. I'll show you the footage, Justin. I show people, other investigators that I trust, and I go by my gut feeling, and I already have that gut feeling that you're that type of guy that would have no problem with not sharing it all over the place to everyone.
That would be a very dick move.
It would. And anyway, if you did, I'm in the video pretty much the whole time in that frame, so you know it's from me. Like if someone says, "Oh,
You don't want people to see it before you release it in your film."
exactly,"
Yeah.
and that's the main reason why I'm not, it's not out right now, because I really want to share this to everyone so bad, but I'm saving it for the film.
You should be like Chad Kalick and wait 5 years.
Oh, I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this, but that with Waverly, he did an investigation with Steven Spielberg. He actually Steven Spielberg was producing a actual, I don't know if it was a film or a show of Waverly Hills, and it was Kalick and his team that was in charge of the whole thing. So, and apparently it got canceled, and it's not allowed to be aired at all, but the contract is almost what's the word?
Expired. He shows bits of it, but very few pieces of the footage.
Yeah, and I'm waiting for him to release it completely. Guess what? I'm going to Waverly. I didn't tell you that, Rahkee, yet, did I?
Oh yeah. You told me you're going to head back to Waverly.
August 28th, I'm going.
Awesome. I'm going June 12th.
I'm going to a super secret location that day. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Waverly.
I can't talk about it. I can't talk about it.
Okay, maybe later. No, just kidding. So this is like a 4K night vision camera. It's a beast.
It's nice.
Yeah. I'm loving it. I bought it for the film. And specifically, geez, I can't speak. Specifically for the movie, because there's no reason to film in 4K for YouTube. when you're doing just a paranormal documentary. So 1080p is just fine for YouTube, but for a movie, I wanted, very, very top-notch quality.
4K does look good on YouTube.
It does, but here's the thing. There's a lot of people out there that just don't have good internet, and then their buffering would suck for them, and I don't want that for everyone. So that's why I released everything 1080 instead of 4K. Phantom is some 4K. So I pretty much have three cameras that shoot in 4K for this movie, which would be the Phantom, this camera right here, and the GoPro thing, full spectrum GoPro, except one thing is that it's in 15 frames per second.
That's garbage.
Yeah.
So I go 1080p 60 frames per second instead. So don't use the 4K on this.
You might as well time lapse your face.
That's why I don't use the 4K on 1080p 60 frames per second. And this 4K 24 frames per second. It could go to 30 also, but I like the cinematic quality. Cinemax 24 frames per second. You know this stuff, Justin. You do filmmaking,
Mhm.
and I love his setup too. You have a great setup. It's in 1080p, but still pretty cool setup.
Yeah, I use a Nikon D3300, so it only shoots 1080 60 frames.
Probably have a way better lens than I do, but I also have a Nikon D3300. But to tell you the truth, I've compared both, and the definition, I guess the color and definition is better usually on a DSLR than a video camcorder would be. It's like I see the definition a little bit more vivid on the D3300. But here's the thing: what if I edited, make it look better and everything? I could probably do some editing to make it look maybe the same, maybe
Color grade it.
Yeah, color grade it. But for the DSLRs, I always notice the raw footage looks a little bit more crisp than even a 4K camera, even though it's not the same size.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about the optics, the glass you shoot through.
Yeah, it's true. And the optics are definitely better on a DSLR compared to a camcorder. But one thing I do love about this fucking camera, dude, is this. Here, I'll show you. I can show you from here. If my battery works. Okay. So here's the lens. So if I shake this, I don't know if you can see it that well on this thing, but it stays in the middle. It's supposed to stay. It has very
lens stabilization.
Yes, and it's really good. I love it so much. I've done some awesome shots because of that. And this is a great camera. It's like $1,000, so expensive.
It should look good with night vision.
It does look good in night vision. I'm very impressed with it, especially with this one. This IR light, it's really good. It's from Ghost. You can get it at Ghost Stop. I don't know if they changed their IRs.
I'm going to have to show you this IR light real quick. Colorado Paratech.
Oh, it looks like a beast right there.
It's got a potentiometer that dims it. It'll shoot 300 feet. It uses 18650 rechargeable batteries. It'll blow away anything that you ever seen. And I actually got a buddy that's custom making one that's better than this. And when he gets back from his paranormal trip that he's about to go on, I'm going to be testing it and hopefully showing you guys. So if you're interested, you can get a hold of a custom light that meets your, specs.
Okay. Yeah, because for this one, really pricey, $50, 60, 70. I forgot actually. Just go and Ghost Stop.
It's 60.
$60. Okay. Yeah, $60 for this thing. And I had to buy 3 of these, and it's all plastic.
Mm-hmm.
And I already had one of them for this part. I think I could probably get get a new one for the hot shoe, but the hot shoe piece broke off because it's made out of plastic and not metal.
Yeah,
they're 3D printed.
Yeah, it fell off of a tripod and it broke, and so I was like, "Fuck." So now I'm down to only 2 IRs, and the other one I could use, just not on on a camera unless I go ghetto and tape. You've seen me go ghetto before. And also, here's another thing that I did. This part right here, I added to this set right here. This part right here is literally attached. I don't know if you can see that well. It's just attached to this, but it's still going to move around. It's going to go back and forth this way if I didn't tape it with.
Let's see what you got going on.
You do or you don't?
I do.
Okay, yeah. So it's from the bottom, and yeah. So I taped it up because this thing will be moving back and forth like crazy. Mm-hmm. But it's really cool. Great setup.
It works.
I think. Yes, I think that you have. Wait, but your Nikons are also not in IR though.
No, Gotcha Goes can convert them, but it's not like Sony infrared. It's got that magenta hue to it, so it's more like a full spectrum instead of strictly night vision. What I use is a Zoom Q8 that Gotcha Goes converted, and it's like 2.3 4K resolution, which is pretty good, and it's got the wide 160-degree lens.
Yeah, your lenses defeat mine by lots. I love your lens. I had the original lens that came with the camera.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to upgrade so bad because I fucking hate the manual.
It's a kit lens.
Yes, it sucks. I want to get a new one, but these damn lenses are like just as expensive as a camera.
I'll show you what I got. If you want to get a zoom lens, that's what I would get because you have more versatility.
Mm-hmm.
This is a 55 to 300 millimeter.
Yeah,
and it's got a good range. You can zoom. It's got vibration, stabilization, autofocus, and if you get it refurbished, I paid $230-ish on Amazon, and it's a $400 lens.
that's for zooming. And how about for like the close-up stuff? Like
you have to be a little bit away because if you use your kit lens and zoom all the way out, that's as close as you're going to get with this because this is 55 to 300. Yeah,
I have the one I'm usually using. I have a 55 and 300 actually, but it's not a very expensive one at all. And you could tell just by using it, it's not. It doesn't. It's very. What's the word?
Not sharp.
Yeah, not very sharp, and also it's hard to adjust it to the where you want it to like
focus.
You gotta focus to right exactly where you want it. It's kind of tough.
Autofocus is essential.
Oh, that's why I love camcorders because actually only the newer stuff, only the brand new DSLRs are actually good at autofocus now. The brand new ones that are coming out, there's a couple that came out that's actually really good at autofocus now that I learned. I was like, holy shit, there's actually a DSLR that's good at autofocus because all the autofocus DSLRs I've used sucked. And I never
know what you're doing.
Huh?
You got to know what you're doing. If you go into the focus options, you have single focus, you have multiple focus, and you have this thing called 3D on Nikons. And if you use back button focusing here, you can program this button to focus. Okay. So when you're using 3D focus and you hold it down, it'll track moving things instead of. And then you can snap or just record that way and recompose and track your focus.
Damn, we need to meet up and you teach me all that.
Well, I do this for a living, so I have had to figure it all out myself. I didn't go to school. I didn't pay anything, so I just went on YouTube and learned everything.
Yeah, I went to 1 year of college for filmmaking, and then I got out because everyone was telling me, what's most important is your portfolio, not college.
Nope, they told you wrong. What's most important thing about film and photography is your story. It's your story. If you got a good story, your gear is secondary to that. Learn how to get stuff in focus, learn how to compose shots, get frames that you look appealing.
Build a portfolio of your work is what I meant.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's what they're telling me, is that's the most important.
It is important.
Yeah, it is. And yeah, story, well, if you want a good portfolio, you're going to have a good story for your films or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, that all interconnects. So, yeah, I am liking your setup too. I believe I saw it a while ago. I'm trying to remember what it looked like. You have
hold on.
Oh yes, Filmmaker Geeks coming. Oh yes.
I don't have the monitor hooked up to it, but this is the skeleton of it.
Woo!
I use the same light you do. I got a Rode video mic go on there. Use a matte box, a follow focus. My monitor goes on there. It's heavy, but you can get some pretty good footage with it. When you're doing an investigation, it's not practical. I can put an infrared camera on there, but it's it's not really practical. It's heavy. It's 12 pounds.
Yeah. I technically, to tell you the truth, I love shoulder mounts. I like it way better than this thing.
For DSLR, sorry, work good because
Yeah.
it's hard with the DSLR.
Yes. With this, what I like about having, what's funny? I was telling Rahkee this. I'm actually jealous now because I actually used Rahkee's camera when I went back to California, and his has way more settings and features than mine, and his is 1080p. But the quality is better on this one. But his had way more features that I loved about it, and plus had the grip feature where you get the control things. It's his Canon.
The one I like is the Canon X820.
Yes, and what was yours again, Rahkee? Canon what?
I got the Canon XF100.
That's a good camera.
Yeah, I'm jealous of it now. Like, damn it, 'cause I was actually choosing between this one and one of those Canons, and I think I chose wrong. Well, this one has 4K, but those Canons have more features that I'm really liking.
The audio's better, and I think the optics might be slightly better.
I looked what I was really focusing on when I was doing my research was looking at the quality on YouTube, even though I should be using like Vimeo, but YouTube is the best you can get for all these like reviews. So I was looking at the quality on YouTube, this one compared to that Canon, the AX10 and everything. And this one you could easily see was a better quality. But that's 4K because that's the reason is because it's 4K. But like I said, the features are way better on the Canon though. I love the features. And also what this one also has better is its optical steady. That's
useful.
Yes, it's super useful for awesome shots. And that's the two things everything else is better on his. Those are the only two things better on this. There's pros and cons to both. But the two pros to this one is better quality and amazing stabilization. That's it.
Do you use it handheld a lot?
Yes, I usually use it like this.
Okay. What would be nice to add to that is a field monitor. Put it on top, like where you can see.
Yeah. The another thing I would like to get actually is one of those glide cams. Then it'll be even more perfect of a steady shot. Not glide cam. I meant to say glide.
Steady cam.
Yeah, the rig. I want to get one of those, and then I found one. Apparently, they've gotten them a lot cheaper now because when I first was searching them when they first were out for a while, for the ones that are more consumer friendly, and they were like $400, $500. I found some now, like recently, for only $100. I don't know if they're just as good, but they're getting good reviews. So I was thinking about getting one of those $100 ones.
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't?
No.
Okay. Which one should I?
I wouldn't if I were you, man. I mean, for stuff you're looking for, you want something that pros use. And a prosumer category is what you said, $400 or $500. That's what I'd go for. You're not going to like the $100 version.
Okay. I'll take your advice because you have a better rig and everything. And you're doing it longer than me. I believe that you've been doing it longer. Are you guys lagging? Okay.
No, we're good. I'm actually trying to post on some of the other sites real quick of just getting it out to the ITC Talking Dead Facebook, and then I shared it online just to see if I could what we could do.
Yeah, share it to ITC Collective and everything. We already did our session.
ITC Collective. All right.
Subscribe to the channel. Paranormal Research Unit will be coming out with full episodes. We're starting our first episode on May 20th.
I can do this show with you guys on a location and everything if you want me to at some point.
Of course.
And then you use your device and instead of using it in your home, which I completely respect. And to tell you the truth, I don't recommend what we just did at all. What we are doing is stupid, but I'm aware of the danger, but I do it anyway just because of curiosity.
It's a fine line. It's a fine line, guys. A lot of research-oriented things. You take risks. Medical field. You test drugs on animals, people. You test. Even doctors has tested things on themselves. So essentially, what you're doing is you're putting yourself at risks in the name of research.
Yeah.
A lot of people going to say, "Well, you shouldn't do that," but breakthroughs happen in the gray areas and the fine lines in that.
Like, if something does happen at my house, it's going to be a learning experience, and that I want.
Yeah.
In a very weird way. I'm serious, man. The only things I've ever dealt with that I actually felt fear from is the demonics, and they're like fear itself, though, in a way. Other than that, when it comes to ghosts, I've never been afraid really for a long time, and Rahkee could see that.
Yeah, I see it. That's funny.
I'm not afraid of ghosts at all. They don't. I'm not scared of them, and I just think of them like. Actually, I've gotten to the point to where paranormal is normal to me. It's not really like. It doesn't shock me as much anymore.
It's less psychological, is what you're saying.
Yes, a lot less psychological. Whole lot less. When I first started, I think it was a little bit, but now 6 years into investigating, it's not psychological at all anymore. Unless
you go into a dark area by yourself and it's completely comfortable compared to your first time.
Yeah.
You're freaking out over nothing.
Yeah, I don't think I freaked out, but yes, I was a little bit more on edge.
It's just human nature.
Exactly. And it's because you're getting into the unknown. And the unknown is what, to most people, it scares them. And for us, we're just a little bit better at handling the unknown, for most of us, at least, or should be, in my opinion.
It helps.
Yeah. And I've learned so much in 6 years. I was a completely different investigator from, if you watch my old stuff, to me now. I feel like I've grown so much as an investigator. And I feel like in another 5 years, I want to be like being embarrassed of this version of me right now.
That's perfectly fine. And when you admit, hey, I was wrong, even in the moment, that's what is important. People who can't admit that they've grown and learned and changed aren't good investigators, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I believe that, like I said, I was a completely investigator when I first started, different investigator, and my beliefs were different too. Everything in the paranormal field is changed my beliefs so much, and it just keeps continuing. Now I'm at a point to where, what the fuck is it? what is it? Interdimensional? Is it human spirits? Is it demonic? Is it these other beings that we just don't understand? What is this?
Well, from a scientific viewpoint, they're getting into string theory, which suggests multiple dimensions. And I use string theory and other scientific principles to explain things that are hard to explain. Multidimensional beings, they say that like alternate dimensions that split off, like parallel dimensions, decohere from ours, but I believe they phase in and oscillate. And until we realize that that's what's going on and prove that, which is probably 100 years away, we can explain why we see events from the past. We see people in another dimension. Sometimes, rarely, they phase in, phase out. Why? There might be mitigating circumstances. There might be, a recipe lined up, environmental conditions, what have you, that causes it, stimulates the phenomena. So the multiple dimension stuff is not far-fetched.
It isn't for residual stuff, but when it comes to this intelligent stuff, Like literally, we're using SLS cameras where we're getting these stick figure things because of these getting the all these dots that detect from the infrared lasers. That it literally you're getting things like, can you wave your hand, and it does it. That seems super intelligent and not dimensional. And also, like when it comes to EVP sessions, getting direct responses, and some of them even saying that they were alive, they are dead. Some of them saying that, and that's to me is what is throwing me off about the whole interdimensional thing. Other than the residual stuff, I think is completely possible.
Well, let me help you out.
Okay.
Higher dimensional beings.
Higher dimensional. Okay, that makes more sense.
They're outside the 4 conventional dimensions, 3 spatial, 1 temporal. So if you're above a higher dimension, you can look at what we're doing. We can't see what they're doing.
Yeah. Okay. And they can interact with us.
Yes, like a good example would be to scale it down. Say that we're 2-dimensional, okay? And we're on a flat piece of paper. We can only see this way and that way.
Yeah.
We're 3-dimensional. We can say this way, that way, and the third axis, okay? So we can see what's going on the 2-dimensional world. They can't see us. They can't see the third spatial dimension.
Yeah.
So you see what I'm saying? So if you scale it up dimensionally,
where I believe the dark entities and the light entities is like up those higher levels.
it's possible.
And then there's also the ones that, why are there these other dimensional, unless this was what happens to us when we die, involving like them being like humans, like human spirits, unless that's what, like I said, happens to us when we die. That makes sense. And we just go at another dimension higher, dimensional, in a dimensional way. That's really cool, actually, now that I think about it. That's very interesting.
I got blogs, man. I've been thinking about stuff for years, and there's no way to test it. And even string theory, there's no way to test that. Mathematically, it can be inferred, but to experiment and see if it's true, maybe 100 years from now.
Okay, I want to ask you something here. Do you believe that all the evidence in the world right now, that we have the proof, if you've seen all the evidence, to prove that there is other entities out there that isn't just physical or like us? I personally believe we already have it. It's just that people are in denial about it.
Well, the proof lies in replication.
And we can't put it into a box and study, I know, or we can't, like, dissect or anything like that. But here's the thing, magnetic pole, that's invisible force. We're dealing with another invisible force that's more intelligent, though.
It's detectable, invisible to our optics, but detectable and replicated, and you can use it. The ghost phenomena is not detectable and replicated. You may be able to detect certain things and gather data, so okay, this magnetic field went up, the shadow popped into the camera, the temperature went down, but if somebody else comes in, they get nothing. So is there mitigating factors that we haven't figured out?
Yeah, just like, well, way back then, we probably didn't know anything about, of course, we didn't know anything about magnetic fields and everything like that. But that was an invisible force that causes that. We just needed to figure it out, and we did. And also, when it comes to the paranormal, it's going to be the same way when it comes to these entities. Maybe one day we'll probably maybe figure it out. It'll be so obvious to us maybe in the future. I don't know. But
well, I'm trying to help people figure it out. I would have the interest, but once we figure out a few things, we are getting closer. I don't believe that I'm going to answer all the questions I have, but I might get a little piece of something that somebody else could use.
To tell you the truth, I think the more we dig into this, the more questions we're getting.
Right. That's science. That's any, pursuit of mystery.
Yeah. And what is your opinion about the demonics? Out of curiosity, because this is the thing that makes me go back and forth all the time between some things in religion and things that. Here's the thing. I feel like I'm less religious now than I used to be when I was first starting out. I call myself a spiritualist now because I don't know. The weird thing that's keep making me go back and forth is because these dark entities are saying that they are these names in my books. In my books of these demons, they relate completely with them, and that's the thing that's putting me on the edge about what the hell are these things they know, or they are. It's like Tablet. I'm saying the demon name. Yes, I know. But he's not an arc.
Look at it this way. I can go on Facebook and create a profile. I can put whatever picture I want. I could say my name is whatever I want. Someone could message me or post on my timeline and ask, hey, what's your name? I could tell them Santa Claus. What you look like? I can show them a picture of Santa Claus. I don't look like Santa Claus. My name's not Santa.
Yeah.
So when you get names, you have to make a decision. Do you trust what they tell you? Are they just trying to manipulate you?
Here's the thing. I have exactly what you're saying. I thought the exact same thing. That just lying about it and just saying that they're this. But why the hell would they choose a demon name that no one knows? It's so deep in the books that no one even knows about this demon name, unless you're a demonologist and you know these things.
I believe they can read your mind.
I didn't know about Tablet until I did research at all.
I believe that they can be intelligent. If they can be higher dimension, who knows what they know? Who knows what they can know about you or anything?
Mm.
So it's faith, okay? Until you see things that you can support a demonic haunting or activity, it's all a guess. Now, what I find interesting is you do certain things to thwart demonic activity and it works. Mm-hmm. So that's really good supporting evidence that what you're dealing with has some type of theological, aspect to it.
Yeah, a cause. You have the cause and the effect.
Right. If you show a crucifix with the sign of Jesus being crucified on the cross and it has an effect, you have to scratch your head and wonder.
Yeah, and that's another thing. I've seen exorcisms work, but then I thought about that too. I thought about maybe exorcisms work because of the intent behind it, and their beliefs strongly behind it.
Right. Psychokinetics.
Yes, I was thinking maybe that could be the cause. But then that doesn't make sense with some blessings of objects. Doesn't make as much sense to me, because what if, let's say you give this blessed St. Benedict medal and they wear it, and the person that you give it to isn't a big believer, but what if it does work and he doesn't believe? Can you put that intent into an object?
Yes. Placebo. If you study placebo effect, a lot of things can be overridden and cured just by the belief. So it is scientific when you look at it placebo wise. That's what I think happens a lot. If you think you're protected, you think you're healed, you can be protected and healed.
The mind has a lot of power, and like for miracles, like when people get healed because they believe they can, or and like their mind can actually affect. Actually, I've even heard about people losing weight just because they really try and think that they are.
Right.
And it's just their mind doing it. It's like the mind has amazing power that we can unlock, and that's why I believe that mediums do have something. Not 100%. Like I never believed they were ever 100% with everything, but I believe that they are they're getting too much connected. That if you were just randomly guessing, it doesn't seem like you get the same results, even if you're a good guesser. I don't know.
As far as people scrying and trying to sense things like that themselves, I am skeptical, but I have seen evidence with my own eyes, people using necromancy and witchcraft to do things for them.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, I would like to be someone to say that's bullshit, but I can't.
Mhm. You've seen certain people that,
Yeah.
wow, that's
Yeah.
another story right there.
I'm not in this for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a paranormal TV star. I want to know what the fuck is going on.
But here's the thing. The reason why I do filmmaking, for a big reason, is to get the evidence out there. And I believe that entertainment is the best way of doing it, to getting it out there. And that's that's the reason why there's a lot more people more accepting of this today, is because of all the TV shows. There's a lot more people than what it used to be. And it did affect something in a big way. There's tons more investigators now than there was back in those days. Now, just because of shows. Me personally, I believe I was chosen in a way of doing this, or I made up my mind myself, not because of the shows, because of my life experiences. But for some people that were loving the show and were just interested in it, there's a lot of people that have come along and helped with the research, or there's a problem in the research because, God damn it, the matrixing is so annoying to me, and the orbs.
Well, that's why I try to educate people. People who want to believe no matter what, you can't help them. But there's some people you can. And if you just kind of put it out there and let them stumble across it and be like, he's not telling me that I'm wrong, but I can decide that I am.
Yeah.
And that might help a few, maybe more than a few if you're lucky.
Yeah, I see what you mean, because I've already tried a few times with other investigators that just can't debunk, and they don't have that in mind, I guess. I don't know how to. They're like skeptics.
It's all about how you go about it. I have a series called Quick Tips on my YouTube channel. And one of the videos talks about not being afraid of being wrong. And just because you don't understand doesn't mean it's paranormal.
Yeah.
So as long as you have the right frame of mind and how you would go about it, you kind of eliminate the mistakes you make and the assumptions you make, and you look credible, and you carry yourself in a way that will help you in the research part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's I believe you do that well. I hope
I'm getting better.
Yeah, I hope I'm doing okay. And when it comes to the show, I'm trying to do it in a more scientific way. Actually, I got a team member in my team. I made her a lead investigator because she's more scientific and wants to figure it out scientifically, and that's how I want to do this. Lindsay, yes. You're friends with her, right?
Yeah, I've known her for years.
She's really cool.
I helped her figure out a mess at Sedumsville Rectory.
Yes, at Donnesville.
I exposed the people who were running that place, and she was used by them. And I think she looks at me as somebody's like, hey, I can trust this guy. He's out to figure things out and expose fraud.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't need people, doing this crap to us, making a TV show, blowing up their location, making it seem like something it's not. It's, you know what I mean. It's all over the place.
Actually, I know another person that was a victim to that too. He was actually a part of that team, and he totally disagreed with him. And he's actually in my team now too. He left the team. I'm not going to say who. I'm not trying to call out. Actually, no, I will call out people that are faking evidence. Hush Paranormal. So they apparently were faking the evidence in Post Town Elementary, and that I'm completely against. And now he's joined my team, and like I said, I will call out investigators that fake evidence, and I am going by someone's word, and I'm trusting him. So, yeah, I'm
Hopefully he's telling you the truth.
Yeah, hopefully he's telling the truth. If it's not me, don't blame me. Blame him. But I think he is, and also I heard it was mainly one person that was involved with that. But I'm completely against that, and should not ever be faking evidence. Another team that's been shown for faking evidence recently that I found was Live Sci-Fi. Oh God, and
I can't stand that channel at all.
One big thing I hate about, before I learned that they were faking, the one biggest thing I hated about them was that they're promoting demonic activity and promoting all this negative things that happen in locations, especially the Monroe House. And I know Eddie and I know Pam, and they're like some of the nicest people I know, and they're trying to bring demonic forces into this house, even though there is already one there, just making it more powerful, more negative, making it affect other people's lives, people that aren't, that aren't well protected, or people that are emotionally imbalanced. That's perfect targets for demons, and they do that to these locations like that. That's infuriates me. And now it just, on top of a cherry on top of all that, is that they were just caught faking by another person. I forgot the name of the channel, but they found a fishing wire because they do everything live, right? They found a fishing wire while they turned on the lights for a second. You see it clear as day, and I was like, "Wow, whoops, yep, live feed." And so they were caught, and I believe channel should be going downhill for that, but I don't think the video's viewed enough.
Well, they busted ghost hunters.
Yeah,
they didn't seem to do a lot of damage.
Pilgrim Studios, to tell you the truth, because they, the studio is probably what, and I do blame ghost hunters too, because they took the money to do it. But I personally, gut feeling, I don't think they're all about that when they first started. But I think they went towards it. And same thing with maybe Ghost Adventures. So far, I haven't seen anything concrete yet with Ghost Adventures, but I have with Ghost Hunters, I have with Live Sci-Fi, and but I'm not. I'm calling out things that I shouldn't be calling out. I'm going to be losing fan base.
You should peer review your stuff.
Yeah.
Set up a peer review. Say, hey, this guy I trust, this guy I respect, these group of people are good at what they do. Give it to them. See what they think. If they can't come up with an explanation, alternative, reason, or what have you, then you start submitting it to the public and say, hey, we can't find an explanation for this. What do you think? I don't say in my videos, hey, look, a ghost. I say, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. Actually, it's funny that you said that because, I got this one piece of footage. Like I said, I am such a disbeliever. Actually, when I first started out investigating, I was 100% disbeliever in orbs. 100%.
Mm-hmm.
I thought all dust and bugs. Until I got into investigating, I had a couple things I captured. It was probably 5 total is the most I've captured that were freaking phenomenal. And unexplainable. I could show you one right now. I'll send it to you on Facebook real quick. I caught this amazing mass that even Chad Kalick was very impressed by. He told me that he thinks it's a phenomenal piece of evidence, which is funny because he just came out with a documentary called Live Sir No Face,
Mhm.
with a full body apparition, and that's a great one too. That was a good apparition.
Haven't seen yet.
It's really good. It's really good, but I also kind of disagree with him with some things. I don't think that's the very first ever apparition ever captured, and he made it seem like that, and I don't think that's true at all.
Well, he's selling movies.
Yeah, it's true. Uh, and but on a personal level, I talked to him on a personal level too. I didn't. Well, maybe I shouldn't say that because I only met him for 2 days, or yeah, like for 14 hours. I was talking to him, so I don't know if I should say personal level, but the way he was describing, I think he actually believes it. I don't know.
It looks like he does.
Yeah, and I believe that evidence is real, definitely, but I definitely don't believe that's the only full body apparition ever captured. I've seen quite a few that were pretty hard to explain for me. But what do you think of Chad Kalick, out of curiosity?
I think that he's genuine, but I think he knows the paranormal industry, especially the TV world, and he kind of got out the back door with Paranormal State. He did his own thing, but he realizes, hey, this is an industry based in entertainment. If we're going to do science, it's not going to sell jack crap until you win a Nobel Prize. That's 1.5 mil. So if you can't dedicate your time to doing that, you might as well put together some pretty cool documentaries and films, which he's doing. So that's what he decided to do.
Mm-hmm.
And
I will admit, in my opinion, he's one of the best documentarians when it comes to paranormal I've seen.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's amazing. And I look up to his work. I try. I don't copy his work, but I definitely look up to what he's done. And I have my own editing style, and I'm sticking to my own editing style. But I'm always open for learning, though. And if I wasn't, I wouldn't be a good editor at all. Let's just say that much. And actually, I don't. It took me a long time to even say those words. Good editor. Long time. But I think I've gotten to the point where I could say that a little bit. At least for trailers, I think I'm pretty decent. Where is it? Where the hell is it? I want you to see this piece of evidence. It's phenomenal. It's the best visual piece of evidence I've ever captured, and I can't debunk it. I tried so many freaking times. I want your opinion since you're good at debunking. Someone that's scientific minded. Here you go. Go into your Facebook right at this moment, and I want your opinion.
All right.
We have 9 right now, and it's pretty cool. Oh, cool.
Yeah, my wife is messaging me from the living room asking me how long I'm going to take over the bedroom.
Well, we're almost done.
Okay, I'll tell her. I'm watching.
Awesome. I want your opinion on this. Everyone can check it out on the YouTube channel for Paranormal Research Unit. It's the amazing mass footage. I called it something else at the time, but I'm going to call it a mass now because of how amazing it's too big to be an orb.
Now, are these different pieces evidence or the same thing?
Those are all flashlights.
Okay.
I wrote in the saying that this is what it looks like with this exact same camera, what a flashlight looks like.
Okay.
On this camera.
I'm seeing a gray blob thing.
Yeah. That's what I can't describe. Plus, even IR lights look like a flashlight in the IR. So that still doesn't explain that. And I've used that camera for about 6, 7 investigations.
Dude, what's interesting about it is when you look at it, there's no noise.
Yeah.
So that's really what gets my attention. It's not giving the noise from the low light from the infrared.
Mm-hmm.
And the way it moves is not natural. It's really strange. It's definitely not dust or anything like that.
Definitely not us. And I think it's one of the best orb. I don't know if you call it orb or mass, but one of the best pieces of footage ever captured when it comes to that.
Let me look at it again.
Okay. And this is before I was even a good editor.
The only thing that I can think of is some type of lens flare, but it doesn't look like one. That would be the only thing I would consider. There's no way I can explain it without being there and knowing every detail.
And also, here's the thing: lens flare is usually a streak, and not a.
It doesn't look like a lens flare.
Exactly, it's a complete round circle. Looks like the size of a basketball almost, but it's like a weird mass.
Using the guy's hand as a reference, it's a little bigger than a man's hand. If it's near his hand.
It's not. I don't think it was. I think it was closer to the wall.
Okay. If it's farther away, it could be bigger. So, I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah, me either. To this day, watching hundreds of paranormal videos, I still haven't seen anything like this.
I've actually seen something like that in person.
Oh, really?
Not on video, yeah.
That's actually cool because that means you've seen something that has been validated from someone else's pieces of footage.
What you see with your eyes can look different on video because there's difference in optics and how it perceives light and color, especially in infrared. A lot of weird things can go on. So what you see with your eyes can look totally different on infrared video. So were you filming that?
Yeah, and actually, to tell you the truth, the reason why I didn't react to it is because I was trying to look around. It was pitch dark.
You didn't see it.
Yeah, I didn't see it at the time until I the camera.
I really try to advocate people to turn on lights. I know it doesn't look interesting at all when you're trying to get a entertainment value out of it.
Yeah.
But if you want to see things, turn the lights on.
Yeah, I know, right?
Everything creative that I've seen is with the lights on. When it's dark, you don't see anything unless it's a shadow figure or something that's contrasting like that.
But here's the thing that I believe in. I believe shadow people are more wanting to be seen in the dark, I believe. Because I've seen way more shadow people in the dark than I have during the day. And maybe it's because your eyes playing tricks on you, but I've seen like ones that you actually get to see for a good like 5-6 seconds and then dash off. That's how good of shadow people I've seen. It's only during the dark. All the ones I've seen during the daytime, it's like on the corner of your eye type stuff. And what if that's just your brain? And but all the ones I've seen for a solid good amount of time are always in the dark. And they every single time you spot them, they do some weird things. They either freaking sink into the floor, which has happened like twice that I've seen, or they dash off super quick. Like they're like lightning speed quick. It's ridiculous how fast they go.
One thing I can do for you with this piece of footage is I can prove that it's not been altered.
Okay, yeah, do that. I'm perfectly.
So skeptics can't say that because what you do is to look at metadata of the video, and you can tell like when it disappears behind the arm. If you're CGIing it, you will make a mistake if you're not good, and you don't look like somebody who makes $1 million on, big films that can do that. So, to
tell you the truth, I didn't even get to that part in college.
So, if you faked it, I could tell. So, what I could do is make sure everybody knows It's not fake. I can go through my process and say, hey, look at this, look at that.
Do it, man. I've been waiting for someone like you to do that for me, because I don't know how to do CGI at all, and I don't know how to prove that it isn't. But personally, I could judge mentally because I've seen a lot of CGI stuff before. But for this piece of footage, this is like when I first started editing is when I captured this. First started, like 1 or 2 years ago, I started when I captured this piece of evidence. And I still to this day don't do any graphic stuff at all. I don't do any CGI. I don't do any graphics. It's only strictly Final Cut right now. And back then it was Sony Vegas. And that footage, Sony Vegas. That's it. And you can't do CGI in Sony Vegas.
You can do some stuff.
You can?
Very limited, yeah.
I don't do I don't know the stuff then because I don't usually do it.
Yeah, what you can use is a program called After Effects, but you can do simple things with overlaying in Vegas.
Yeah, that I know about. Actually, I learned that stuff in college. But that was captured 2012, and I was 16 or 17 years old then, and I was not in college. I'm just giving you my point of view, and I'm just giving you my word. But that's not evidence what I'm saying.
I don't think you faked it because it would be stupid of you to send me that video if you faked it.
Yeah, and I'm glad that I did, and I'm happy that I did because I didn't even know you could do all that. So if you can, do it. Try your best to prove that that is fake because that footage was raw. It used to be raw until my hard drive broke. Actually, no, that one, my hard drive was stolen for that one. So when my hard drive was stolen, I lost that footage. So that is from YouTube, that footage. I took the footage from YouTube a while back, and then I just edited it better to my standards today's editing to show people. So that's all that's been done with it is just cut up better and better music and everything that I added to it. That's all that's been done with it.
All right. Well, the best I can do without the original file is look for things that would pop out visually. Like if you slow it down and see if any of that anomaly overlays incorrectly with the subjects, you can do it that way.
I so badly wish I had the raw footage because that would be even better for you, I would think.
Yeah, because you can look at the metadata, you can look at the date, you can look at the format, see if it's been rendered in a certain format, because if it's original, it'll have the codec used with the camera you recorded it with. So it's the first thing you look at the codec.
I can tell you exactly which two files I rendered it as. First time I ever did it was WMV, WMV Windows Movie Maker. Wait, is that what it stands for? WMV is what the first time I did it.
Windows Movie Video.
Video, okay. Windows Movie Video is the first time I ever rendered it. Second time, which was the more recent one, was MP4 because MP4 is better for uploading to YouTube. That's the second time, and that's the one you're seeing right now is MP4. I can even send that file to you if you want.
I can download it from here.
Okay, cool. And 1080?
720. So if you want to send me 1080, you can.
Yeah, I'll send you this 1080p one. Because actually, for your advice, I could tell you which website to use to get in 1080p for videos if you want. You can get it in 4K if you wanted it with this website that I use.
Cool.
It's called clipconverter.cc.
Okay.
It's I use it all the time for either like effects, like my paranormal research unit logo thing. I got effects and everything for that for that stuff from YouTube, just because. And then I just overlaid things with Sony Vegas. And that's, to tell you the truth, all the way up till college, I was only using Sony Vegas. And Movie Maker was the first editing program I ever used. But the second program was Sony Vegas, and that's it.
So what do you use now?
Final Cut now. I should be using Premiere, but I don't know. I just felt like I kind of liked Final Cut's coloring for just filters that you get to choose from. That's already pre-done for you. And I thought that was kind of cool. So that's why I use Final Cut over Premiere. Plus, you have to pay monthly for Premiere, which I don't want to do. So
All right.
I do Final Cut now.
Well, listen, I'm gonna jump off here, but anytime you want to get together and talk shop, I'm game.
Awesome. Plus, later after this whole thing, actually, that we're about to end this right now. I am going to send you another piece of footage that was captured from my movie.
Okay.
And this is the one that Rahkee was talking about. And I've showed this to other investigators. This is a great piece of footage, I think. So here, let's end this. I'll send it to you. You can check it out. It's a 5-minute video. And I go through a whole debunking process for this video. So, yeah. Well, this was a lot longer than I expected, guys. But we had a great talk.
You should see my wife's face.
This is Justin Brown. His wife is pissed.
It's all your fault, Matt.
Go on his website stuff. It'll be worth it. Hopefully, go to his website. Check it out. If you have a YouTube, yeah, you do have a YouTube channel. Check out his YouTube channel. You promote yourself. You go ahead.
www.interface.net. It's got everything. You go to my YouTube channel, social media, everything, and look forward to showcasing everything that we discussed and more on this podcast.
Awesome. And everyone just subscribe to Paranormal Research Unit and follow Man vs. Paranormal on Facebook. You get all the behind the scenes and the trailer that's coming out in June. And like this other great piece of footage I'm about to show him pretty soon. So yeah, and tell your wife I said hi.
Matt says hi. She's like,
and finally, the words she's been waiting for. Goodbye, everyone.
thanks, Matt. It's been good.
Yeah, it was awesome. Tell me if you could debunk that because I know you can't. See ya.
I'll do my best.
You do it. See ya.
Later, man.
Bye.